everyone, Carol here with another fantastic video for you today. If you haven't subscribed, please do so by tapping the subscribe button below.
Hi, Rita. So what we're going to be using tonight is we're going to be using a cream colored pumpkin that's got jute rope in it, and it's also got a twig stem. I think that's awesome. Thank you very much. And we're going to be using a navy pumpkin. And yes, we're going to put it all in this little deal. I found some foliage that this is a cream, and it's got a little bit of hints of pinkish beige in it. Some's got some little berries, some's got orange pumpkin and a white pumpkin. Same way with the blue I found. This is a variegated blue pick, and it's also got a little orange and little white pumpkins in them. And I love these. I adore these. And we've got a little bit of other greenery that we're going to do. So let's get started. I'm just going to remove these. And I trimmed off a bunch of this, but I was doing it. This is gaps in the cracks. I get it from Walmart. Hi, Mike. Hi, Connie. My friend, did you survive the heat? And what I did was I took in, the top was a little rounded, but when I got down to the center, it was still a little gooey. I didn't let it dry well enough when I was doing some projects on Saturday. So what happened is it grew this little appendage from where it was still wet. So we're just going to trim that off, okay? So now we've just got the white. I like the gaps in the crack from Walmart, and it comes in a red can. It's fantastic. It doesn't turn yellow, and it doesn't put a lot of air pockets down in it like the green can that you can get. So make sure if you're getting it there, or if you've never used it, make sure you get it. And oh, awesome, girlfriend. And what I did is I put some river rocks, those really smooth river rocks in the bottom of this to give it weight so it wouldn't tilt. Then I took the gaps and the cracks and I went in between those rocks, and then I only filled it up to right here. And just filling it up about a third made it even come over the top. So I'm still learning how to adjust when I use my gaps and cracks. So what we're going to do first is we're going to put some moss on it. We're just going to cover the white foam with moss. I found I like using the gaps and the cracks on a lot of different projects. I still use floral foam, not the wet foam, but the dry green foam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my glue gun, and be really careful when you're doing this, because this is the part that can really get your fingers in. It's gotten mine several times. So what I do is I put a generous amount, but you'll see as we go along why I do that. So I'm just sprinkling this on, pushing it down lightly, because that glue will come through and it'll bite you. So just a little bit more glue. Then I'm spreading it around. Let's get another glue stick here. I go around the edges first, and I put a generous amount of glue. And then I just let it set there for a minute before I really poke it down. And we're going to be needing a little bit more. I get these little packages, and it's enough to do about three of these. So, and I get them at the Dollar Tree, guys. Really inexpensive. Well, hello from Rockport. Oh, thanks, Nelda. Oh, Connie, that's great. That's a blessing, girlfriend. So I'm just pressing it down. I've got a little bit of a spot right here in the center. I like to make sure I get most of my white foam covered up. Okay? Now I'm just going to let that sit there for a minute while it cools off. go ahead and put most of this back in this big baggie. This isn't as messy as some of the floral moss that I've worked with before, but it still has those little pieces. And I don't keep the crumbs. So let's put this back over here so it can get heated, if I can get it on the charger. Maybe. Yeah, here we go. And I keep a little broom, little hand broom, and I just sweep it off towards me. Hi, Carmen. Well, great. I'm glad you're watching. Welcome. Thank you, Rita. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold this over my trash can, if you can see this, and all I'm going to do is just sort of pat it, and that just gets the loose pieces off, and that's all you have to do. Hi, Ashley. Welcome. So now that we've got our moss on there, hi, Virginia. You can see there's a few little spots. If those seem to be a problem, we will just put some glue and press that down in there in a bit, okay? So what I like to do first, tonight, like I said, tonight, the reason I'm using 2 pumpkins instead of 1 is I want this centerpiece to show as a centerpiece, a true centerpiece that's not just one-sided. So what I've done on this pumpkin is I've just taken a floral pick, a long floral pick. These are 6 inches long. I cut the wire, but I left the wire that's actually on it just to help to grip it a little bit more. And I put some hot glue down in there and put the floral Y in. Well, hi, Patsy. Hi, Ella. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I've got my glue skillet over here, and I'm just going to put some glue on the tip of it. And I'm going to come over here, because I put this in at an angle, I'm going to come over here and angle this to where it's right there on the edge, okay? Right there on the edge. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the other one opposite, okay? This pumpkin here came from Hobby Lobby. I don't know where I remember where this one came from because it's a pumpkin I had from last year, okay? I actually got this blue one last year also, but it still had the tag on it and it said Hobby Lobby, all right? So now what I'm going to do is just take some glue. And since this one already has a wire stem in it, I'm just going to go at an angle, and I'm going to have this one sort of hang off the bucket, okay? You know what? Oops. Let me see if I got that down in there good. Yeah, I did. But that's okay. I'm going to put some more glue on it. I didn't like how it was positioned. I want this one to hang a little bit more off that bucket too. So what I'm doing is just sort of turning it around. Now see how more that hangs off than it did before? It was sticking sort of straight up and down. Never fear, you can always take it out. If it wouldn't have come out, I could have cut that stem, no problem, inserted a new one, and we'd be going. Okay, now for our picks. These I like. I fluff some of them. Make sure you move your leaves around and all, and up how you like them. Because what I'm going to do to begin with is I'm going to use this whole pick at one time. But see how I've gotten it spread out and everything? I'm going to say they're probably about 4.5, 5 inches. This one is bigger, and I'm going to say this one's 3.5, 4. Okay? So what I do is I spread these out so I can intermingle, because I am going to use the whole thing. Hi, Miss Jordy. So I'm going to take a blue one. I'm going to cut these off, these stems off right here. Just a little. Okay. I'm going to come over here while I've got it spread out. You always want to make sure that your greenery has some life to it. And I'm going to go straight down in the middle. Okay? I'm going to spread these out. It looks like we lost a little tip off of it somewhere. So what happens if you lose a little tip, you want to always make sure you bend it, because that way when you push your leaves up, they don't go flying off. Okay? We're going to cut this one. This is a very nice way when you have smaller picks that you really don't have to break them down by stem by stem by stem. So I'm going to take this one, I'm going to put some glue on it, then I'm going to come in right beside this one in the center. So if I left it this way, it would sort of be like this beige here and this blue here. But what I'm going to do now that I've got these in here is that after I spread them out, I'm just sort of going to just move these branches around. Okay? And I'm going to intermingle them. You can get the same effect without having to break your little pick down. And I like that. Actually, I like to bring more of the blue over here by this white pumpkin. I want it to lay on it. I want it to cover it because I want it to look like it's just not stuck in there, the pumpkin isn't. I want it to be part of the design. And as far as the blue one goes, I would like to see more white around it, because that white is going to help that pumpkin pop more. And we really don't have that right now. But see, just bringing that one leaf down, this one stem of this down, we've got more white already surrounding the top of it. Thank you. Blue is in this year, guys. The navy is here. So like I said, all I did, these come real compact, just like this. I just pull them out. You can bend the stems because you can bend them in several places to make them look more realistic, and that's what you should do. Okay, so we're going to trim this one down. And I think I'm going to come right over here by this white pumpkin. Whoops, I got some moss in my glue, guys. Let's see if I can get that glue skillet just a little closer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come at an angle here, like that, and I'm going to push this one down further, because we've got our height with these other ones. Now we want to get the depth by coming out to the side. See how full it's looking already? And we've only used 3 picks. Oh, well, good, good. I love simple designs, and when I found these picks, I was just like, all right, I know what I can do with these guys. Okay, so now let's take a white pick. Again, I'm going to trim it down. These have like little indentions in them, and so I'm going up about 2. We're going to give it some life. And since we've got 2 pumpkins and we want to be able to see this design on both sides, we'll be putting 2 bows on it. Dip it in your glue. Push this in, come in at an angle, and go down as far. There we go. And we'll be putting some more blue in these. But look how full it's getting. I don't want to completely hide my pumpkin, but I want to make it look like, oops, there it is. Like it's sitting there with a purpose, like it's growing out from the design. Let's take this other one. Go about 2 up again. Sort of bend these around some. And I think just having a hint of the orange pumpkin in it just gives it a little extra something something. Okay. Get that dang, gonna come right up and under here. Go in. And I've got some more of the beige that we're going to put in to really make this pop. Don't make them high enough. Oh, that's going to be pretty. Oh, hi, Carolyn. Blue and orange are the besties. Okay. Adding a little bit more blue on this side really makes that little white pumpkin or beige pumpkin pop. There we go with that. So I've got one more of the stems that we're going to put in whole. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it off. And what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to put it right over here by this white one. I've got an orange pumpkin right there, so I'm going to put this in to where that white one's and the orange one's on the opposite, so that they're not clustered completely together. Put it in at an angle and just do some pushing. So if you start with your high pieces first, right in the center, and then you start going out, and if they're still not bent to where you want them to be outward, just bend them, pull them out. Because not everything's going to grow straight up. So this is it with just the floral picks, the whole floral picks. And you'll see that we've got some hose, not a problem, okay? And even around the bottom, you can see that we're going to have some few holes. So let me get this mess off my desk. Yes, the teals are really pretty. What I'm going to introduce first is that I feel that this centerpiece is all leaves, and pumpkins. So I think it needs some greenery. I didn't want to go full-fledged and do some, I've got some greener fall leaves ordered, but I don't have them in yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this here and intermingle it. And I forgot the blasted name of it, guys. Just going to do a few of them. It doesn't need a lot of greenery. Just a little bit to break up the inside workings of it. We'll see how far that goes. Boxwood. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the same way with, let me get that out of the way, is I want to make this look like, hi Patricia, welcome doll. We lost a stem, that's okay, no biggie. So I'm going to just put some glue. And first of all, I'm going to go down in the center with this. We need some greenery to start popping out the top. But same way, separate your leaves and everything. You don't want it just to, you want it to look more organic. I'm putting these in here along with the height. So that you can see them around the picks we put in. Eucalyptus. Thank you, Patsy. I was calling it boxwood, and I know I use a lot of eucalyptus and boxwood. Thank you so much, Patsy. Put some behind this blue pumpkin. We'll just put another piece right up in here, and then we'll start branching out to the top, to around to the sides a little bit. Move that over. And that'll just give that a little bit of pop right there. There we go. I didn't get it in far enough. Just putting a little greenery in it is going to start helping it. Okay? I think I'm going to go up into the side here. Let's get this worked around. Good. If I can make a beautiful design and make it easily, the more I love it. Okay? Get just a little bit more. You want to use the same one that I had. But this time I'm going to make sure, yep. I'm going to make 2 out of it. Just some smaller ones. You can still bend them. And I'm just going to go around the outside to put some greenery. Because we don't want just the inside and around the pumpkins to have all the fun. Okay, I'm just turning it around and looking where I think I need some. You can move your leaves around to intermingle it. Need some right there. coming out from around it. Got glue on my fingers, guys. So now what we're looking at, we still need to mingle some of these. We need to get some more of these white ones up in here, and I'll show you how we're going to do that in just a second so that this will stand proud. Okay, so now I've got just some single, the same type of picks, but all of these are leaf picks. So let's cut them off. Try to keep them as long as you can. And let's do one of these blue ones too. Looks like I've already used a couple off of this one. That's okay. Thank you. Hi, Janie. Welcome. So did everyone have a blessed weekend? So I'm going to look at these, and I'm going to see which is the longest. I think that one is. And that one is. So let's sort of bend it around a little bit. And this one needs some white right there, or cream. I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Been busy, which is a blessing. I'm going to put some more just randomly. Oh, that's fantastic. It's always awesome to get something new. Okay, so let's see. Let's put some white or beige right in here to break up and spread out this blue a little bit. Just pull it in and mingle it. And that's what I'm actually looking for, is that we've got a lot of white, but we're going to do some blue. And you can see how full this is getting. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to come over here by this blue pumpkin now. Since I've got a lot of the beige, I'm going to mingle some of the blue right around that pumpkin also. That way it doesn't look like it's an overkill. That one is just sticking out a little too far to the side. There we go. Got it fixed. And you stand up some more. There we go. And then if you look right here, it's really blue right through here. So we need to put a little beige right there. You know, it went okay. It wasn't what I expected. The town had made some public announcements about the COVID and people going to events and stuff. And it really made a big difference, that announcement did. And not a lot of the people came out in the community. But, you know, I did sell some wreaths, and that's a blessing in itself. And, you know, I don't want to be greedy. So, but there was a lot of vendors there that didn't do as well as what we could have if we had more community support. Which, you know, this whole thing has got a lot of people fear, and that's just how it's going to be for a while. So let's look around, and we've got our little blue pumpkin down here. I think he's awful cute right there, hiding, but you'll be able to see him. Now let's look at the white one. See that there's still a, sort of like a hole or something right in here. And I think what it needs is a little bit of white. Oh, well, Patty, stick around. I've got a surprise. Oh, where do you live at, Janie? I'm going to stick this down in here. And you know what? I think if I do that one, it's just going to get lost, and it's just going to get deeper. Corpus Christi. How awesome. Not really that far away. So I'm going to take this other pick and do a longer stem on it. Sort of bend it around. I love Corpus Christi. Spread that out. Now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go down in here, because this is a taller pick. There we go. And pull some of this up. And pull it out. What did I do to that thing? Let's get that old glue off. Try it again. There. Now it went in. Now see how much better that is with that pumpkin. And what you can do is take some of these blue ones, like I said, because that blue makes that pumpkin pop. There. Now that's how we put a little longer white stem in, pull it in with the blue, and all. Just put that more on the top, right there coming out. So now we've got a really, really full looking design. I just see some places right here, thank you, that I think it needs a little TLC around the sides. So I'm going to pop in some of these stems, and then sort of marry them again. Thank you, guys. I think I'm going to cut this one off just a little bit. I'm going to come right in here with that blue and get sort of up under that pumpkin like that. Let's do a little bit of nice and full. Yes, ma'am. Hi, Iva. Well, hello, Sue. Long time no hear from you, girlfriend. I hope everything's well. And I've got glue streams all over the place, but those are easy fix. I've got another blue one right here. Cut it a little shorter. Bend it around, guys. Hit my spot. And I do think that's it. That's all we're going to do as far as putting anything in it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a couple of bows. And the ribbon I've got is really going to make this pop. Really pop. So let's get rid of that. That's no use. It doesn't have wire in it. And let's get our table cleaned off. Yes, ma'am, it's nice and full. I like my centerpieces very full. Okay, let's get a little, we're going to do this. Use an easy bow maker. I got some glue here, guys. I've got to get a new mat. This one's so, any day now when I'm rotary cutting, it's probably going to fall apart. Okay. So this is the ribbon we're going to use. Blue with some green, and it's got white pumpkins in it. Navy blue. This is the most awesome ribbon. It's really good canvas ribbon. It holds a shape very well when you go to make a bow. So with the outside of this, all we're going to need is about a 5-inch tail, okay? So I'm going to do a 5-inch tail. I'm going to twist it. I'm going to bring that tail towards me. Then I'm going to come down to 5 inches. 5 inches is plenty for the size of container that we've got. And especially since we're going to be making 2 bows, one for each side. Okay? So another 5-inch. We're going to twist that ribbon, come back down. We're going to do another 5-inch. We're going to do 4 loops, 2 on each side, 5 inches. I like to keep my loops already fluffed because it's easier to fluff a bow that way. If anyone's interested, I've got a free bow tutorial. Since my tail is right here in front of me, I'm going to bring this one, this loop up, and I'm going to bring this one down. Since I brought the underneath loop up, I'm going to bring the other one down and bring the last loop that's on top. Oops, got my ring caught in it. To up. Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead, let me get a good pair of scissors here, and cut my tail. But now I'm going to come back in, and this time I'm going to do a 4-inch tail. Okay? This just gives it just a little bit of extra. And I'm going to do a 4-inch loop. Okay? See how I still keep all of my ribbon fluffed? And this ribbon holds its shape, like I said. When you have a really good canvas ribbon, and canvas is one of my favorites, I love it. So now I'm going to cut this one off. What I'm going to do is I've taken a pipe cleaner, I fold it in half to find my center. I'm just going to come under here with my 2 scissor fingers is what I call them. My pointer finger and my middle finger, and I'm going to just come up here under all of the ribbon, right next to the pegs in my bow maker. And I'm going to take my thumb and just put it over to the side. I'm just going to pull it up. I'm holding it very loosely. I don't have to hold it real tight. And I'm going to put that pipe cleaner right there in the middle. I'm going to move my thumb over the top of it. Okay, and then I'm just going to push it in as I pull on the back. And then I'm going to start my twist, and I'm just going to twist it. I'm twisting the bow. I'm not twisting the pipe cleaner. I like to pull my little tails out first. And we'll probably end up having to trim these off, which is fine. Here it is. Nice loop. Put that one right in the middle that's shorter. There we go. And just fluff it out. Now we got a cute little bow to go on our. Isn't those pumpkins adorable? I love it. I love this ribbon. Hey, Carolyn. Thank you. Now I've got another greenery pick, and what I do is I spread my pipe cleaner out like so. I take my greenery pick. Oh, thank you, Rita. And I stick my end of where I'm going to use it, where the wire and everything is. I stick it in the hot glue, or my glue skillet, and I just lay it right there in the center. Then I go ahead and take my pipe cleaner and I twist it around there about 2 times. Okay? And I always get glue all over my fingers. I'm going to go ahead and cut. And I leave a little bit, just a little bit, 1/2 inch on these. Then I take it and I wrap one side around that stem, or greenery pick, whatever you want to call it, and then the other one around it. You can either take your wire that's still there and wrap it around the pipe cleaner and the pick, or you don't have to use it. Then I've got a little stick, what's a skewer, and I just take it and I just put a little bit of glue right there where I wrap that around. Okay? So there's one bow. So let's make another one. Same thing, 5 inches on the tail. We're going to twist it real tight, pull that tail to us, come over here. We're going to come out to the 5 like we did on the other one. We're going to twist it again. We're going to twist this one again, 5, twist it. We can go ahead and move these loops up and down, or you can, if you like, moving them after you get through, that's perfectly fine too, like I did a while ago. And then on the last one, there's no twist. So we just come out here, cut it off. Got that twisted there. Okay. This time we're going to do about 4, 4.5. We're going to have to trim them anyway. We're going to do another tail. We're going to do another 4-inch. Put it right there in the center. The first one was called an X. This is called the bow tie. Bring it down again and cut it off. We'll put this up. And of course, I don't know where the pin is. I'll stick myself in a little bit. So I've got another pipe cleaner that I've already got bent in half to find my center. Pull these up a little bit so that I can get my fingers in. So these 2 fingers, and then I hold my thumb right there and pull it up lightly. Move my thumb to the top. This one, see, is just right there between my fingers. I pull and push, start my twist, and then just twist the bow. Get those little tails out front, the little stinger. If you get a little pucker, just go right down to the center and pull it out. Okay, we're going to take another greenery pick. Move that up. Dip it in glue just like we did before. Lay it in the center right there. Pull my pipe cleaner up. Tie my pipe cleaner on. And twist it about 2 times. We're going to go ahead and cut the pipe cleaner. And I like to wrap the rest of it right around that greenery pick. Then I take the wire, and I wrap it around the pick and the pipe cleaner, just like before. Take my little skewer over here, just get a little dab of glue on it, and put it right there on the wire and the pipe cleaner, right there in the center, and we'll let it dry. So let's bring in our little brushes here. Okay, so let's take the one that's already dried. Let's go ahead and dovetail. Dovetail is folding your ribbon in half, cutting from the folded edge to the wired edge. Some people cut the opposite way, and there's not a blasted thing wrong with that. Everybody has their own technique that they like to use. And there we go. Hey, KP. Okay, just a cute little bow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right in here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some glue, on this pick, I'm going to move all this stuff to the side, and I'm going to take that pick and I'm going to go in at an angle, and I'm going to push. And if I meet resistance, I get my handy dandy. Well, that's a lot more resistance than what I wanted. So I'm going to pull it out and see what's going on. Oops. I put them right here. I'm going to cut this pick off just a little bit. It's too long. That's why I was meeting resistance. Put some more glue on it. And we're going to go down there again. There we go. Turn it on its head. I'm going to take my pliers and finish putting it right in there. Okay? So we're going to bring our tails forward, and we've got a set of 4 of them. Here's one more. Thank you. How you doing tonight, girl? Let's get this other one. Let's go ahead and put this bow in its place. Fluff those little loops. You can even move your loops around if you need to. It's not going to hurt a blasted thing. And that's what we've got. Oops, turn it this way with the white pumpkin. Okay? I think that's gorgeous. So now, since we made this to where it'll be pretty all the way around. Oh, there it is. My blue pumpkin is hiding, guys. My blue pumpkin is hiding. Whoops. Right there it is. So now let's take this one. Let's just go ahead and cut it off just to be safe this time. Thank you. And yeah, let's put it on this side. And I'm going to push some of that greenery up. Here we go. Take this, just like I did a while ago, and keep pushing it in. There we go. Fluff this ribbon. That green stem wants to stay in the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it part of the bow. Okay? Stand on my head. Forgot to dovetail my, there we go, there's one. Two. Find us another one. All I'm doing is turning it to the side so I can see how my fluffing is going. And see how I just pulled that greenery right down into that bow. There's a leaf and there's some greenery. It's probably what we should do over here. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. So now let's look at it in like a 360 view. Sort of looks, in my angle, it sort of looks cockeyed, but it's the angle of my tablet. So here we have the top and all, very full, very full. So now we move over to the side. Let's go this way first. Do it like this. Here's our little white pumpkin sticking out with our blue bow. And if you turn it on around, everything looks really pretty, really full. Then we get over here and we've got this blue little hidden pumpkin. And now we've got another gorgeous bow to go along with it. Okay.